update because I'm at the park with the dogs. I'm getting bitten by mozzies. I didn't really feel like doing a YouTube today, neither did I feel like doing one yesterday. But I'm so determined. When I said I was going to do a daily YouTube, and I've got to work out what time frame to do it at, the one that suits me. But to at least start with making it daily, getting in the habit of making it daily. So creating a commitment and integrity around that. So my day today has been a really exhausting one, and there's quite a few times I've wanted to video the depths of what I've been going through. There's been many times I've been in deep crying, deep despair. Well, I don't want to use the word despair, but like in the real process of very deep feelings of very, very deep sadness. And I was trying to work out, how I was going to deal with these energies. And there was times when I curled up in my bed. And it did all start with, I woke up feeling really extra emotional this morning, and I woke up feeling really tired, and I was praying to God for energy to get through the day. And then when I went to feed the dogs, I went to turn the retic on as I did that video, and discovered that they pulled up a lot of my baby plants that are in this pot, which I've done my video on already. You've seen that in detail, and that just broke my heart. I don't know, that was just something about that just shattered me to the core of my being, because I've had those plants sitting in that pot for 3 months. Some of those have been 3 months, some 2 months, babying them and getting them bigger, growing them, making them healthy and happy until summer was over. I had the fence put up. Xena was a bit older, and I could get them in the ground and they wouldn't die. And because I have been digging up some plants, and I don't know if it's the dogs or my cat, but I have had some of my little baby plants, my medium-sized baby plants, getting dug up because they seem to be digging the ground to, I don't know, to make them cool, or because they're plain, I don't know. But what I do know is I have to fence off one half of the yard. It's a quarter of an acre block, so I'm just going to fence off a half of like 1/3 of the property, which will be the area that I make into the real beautiful plants. They're all fragile, pretty. Everything's water wise, but the ornate sort of area, where the seats will be, and the dogs can be there when there's people watching them. And then the rest of the yard, I'm going to, over time, develop it. Not now because it's just shattered and looks disgusting, but in about a year or something, I will develop that into, like, given some activities and, a dog obstacle course, really hardy plants, and not worry so much about making that area beautified. So I am going to do that fence, but it's just a matter of, and I've got the cement and the palings, I can already start it, but it's a matter of energy, and it's a matter of that. I made that not priority. There's too many other things that are more priority, like the kitchen, the library, keeping the plants I do have them ground watered. But that really shattered me when they dug up those baby plants from that tub that I had all these obstacles around to stop them. I had all these chairs and a table already. I made it so that they couldn't get to it, and they still somehow got into it. That broke me. It really broke me, and I was already feeling fragile. And then for the whole day, I've been really fragile, like super fragile, super vulnerable. It's been a really, really, really hard day. I've used a lot of my skill sets for my counsellors taught me with my vagus nerve, the 5 senses, the tapping, to keep me under control, and also drank heaps of water. But I just had to keep falling into I wasn't collapsing on the ground. I wasn't losing my ability to stand up like I was 2.5, 3 months ago. I kept collapsing from pure grief. This was a different type of grief, and I just like, wasn't taking my breath away grief. It was just like, I'll let this happen. I'll process it. But then while I was processing, I'm going, okay, I'm different now. 3 months. I've been going through so much grief for so long, and I've been learning a lot in the last 3 months. And also want to be able to share, like I was going to share the actual deep depth of the grief even, but then I thought, no, I want to actually transform this to be a role model for healing, for how quickly one can transmute and heal depth of energies. Now, you did see the video of how sad I was with the with the plants being destroyed, that grief stayed with me, and it got worse. Like, it was this really cathartic crying, which I sort of wanted a video so you could just hear the intensity of it. I was in such deep cathartic crying that I couldn't set up the YouTube, but you would have heard the depth of the anguish in the crying, and it would have made you cry. It would have broken your heart, because even as I could hear myself crying, it was breaking my heart, the depth of the sadness of what it sounded like, even as what it felt like. And I was like, this is transmuting, that there's a lot of pain there still. And I realized, oh, it's another spiral. Like, I actually wanted to do a video of it and to say spirals of healing, because it was another layer of healing. And I was aware of that, and I consciously was going, okay, well, this is another layer of deep healing here. And I went through it, and I kept going. So, I'm praying, doing heaps of praying to God, listening to some articles whilst I was working on the house, forced myself to work on the house, really forced myself to work on the house. I don't know if you can see that's the blue paint. So I've been sanding, and I don't know if you can see I think you can see the plaster and the sand. So I've been plastering, sanding, painting, and I've had a headache the whole day, and I've just been completely determined to plod along with these jobs that I really need to get finished so I can get my house sewing room. And then I'll move on to, making the guest room nice. Then I'll move on to finishing up the bathroom. Then I'll move on to doing the well, before I do the sewing room, I'll probably focus on the outside. Then I'm going to move on to the fences and the chook pen and the finishing off the retic. I don't know how. Oh, I've got to work to get money to get the retic finished, because I need solenoids and this and that, and I've got to get someone to help me to do that. but the issue is, I got into a place of almost like, really, this life is too much. Like, and it was interesting because on Vision Christian Radio, there was a big talk about suicidality, and I remember how suicidal I was last year. I'm like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I'm not suicidal anymore. I don't have suicidal idealization, don't have suicide. It's just fantastic. Alvin, Zena. Alvin, Zena. Alvin, Zena. Wonder where they've gone. Alvin, Zena. Oh, where are they? Oh, there they are. Wicked. There's a little Zena Vena. And there's Alvin. Excellent. Well done. Thank you. There they are. Yeah, so this is not going to be a long YouTube, because the mozzies are a bit ferocious, and I didn't start this until after they're panting. They've been running around a lot. But I just wanted to touch base. So today has been a very, very difficult day for me, and I've been practicing a lot of what I've learned, and I was getting to a place of real peace and surrender. But I was actually, I was really proud of myself for how quickly I was working through, like how quickly I was actually working through it, and how mindfully I was working through it. And just feeling really excited about when I can start journaling and writing things down more and getting to good habits. And I don't have really good habits yet, but around writing. But I'm just really proud of myself where I've come. But I've got words now I didn't have before. Like, I'm alchemizing dense energy to light energy. I'm learning. Like, I'm learning also that a lot of what I do and what I have been doing for a really long time is actually a skill set that not many people have, and I can't wait to go into more detail about. I hope my YouTubes give you some idea of how to do it yourself. But if I had taken that video today when I was really grieving, and I was in that layer, and you could feel the depth of it, and then you saw me pull myself out of it, that's sort of what I feel like will help you feel it and learn it the most. So I am eventually going to set up a webcammy thing, or a stationary camera thing, and I will video myself when I'm in the depth, the density of a deep layer of healing, and then and show the process of how I pull myself out of it. and explain to you what I'm doing as well. I have done this with some of my previous videos in YouTube. I have shown you before some of the processes, but I'm going to get more mindful of word choices. Like I'll be getting more like using certain terminologies whilst I'm going through the process, just to show you what it's like, because I realise that I've got a skill set that very few people have. I've been in the depths of a really strong emotion and still be observing the emotion. Like I'm observing it and analysing it and watching it, and at times saying, okay, that's enough, stop now, or and that's why or watching it to get the data so that I can tell myself that afterwards, to remind myself of it. It's like the observer, an internal observer. I've called her Rosalie, and she's beautiful. It's like she's a grandma. She's very clever. She's very wise. She's very she's very she's very able to detach. Like, so she's watching the experience and she's just getting the data. And then the other side of me, but she's also observing to make sure I don't go too far. So she's the caretaker, the watch taker or something, you know what I mean? And she is the one that sometimes will say, okay, you're going too far there, or okay, right now you need some water. She's actually the one that will go, okay, you can go really deep. I am watching you. I'm observing what's going on. You do need to be mindful and take accountability for yourself, but at the same time, I'm here as your backup if you take it too far. And she's generally the one that says, do you really, like now, if you keep doing this, you're going to end up hurting yourself, or if you keep crying right now, you're going to dry your eyes out, or now it's time to hydrate yourself, or right now is a good time to pray to God. So she'll actually give me ideas as well as observe. And this is actually my, I don't know, the intellect part of me. It's really interesting because as I'm going through a trauma, I'm really aware of Rosalie, and I'm really aware that she's there, and she comforts me, and she makes me know that I'm not going to go too far. Now, the problem is when I have gone too far, it's because something's taken over me and I've ignored Rosalie, and I can see Rosalie in those times going, and then try and jump in to control me. So there's times when I've really lost my ability to not harm myself, I've seen Rosalie and a few other parts of my self-care, parts of myself jumping to protect myself, and then I was unable to. And they're the times I've spoken to doctors about, and a few other mental health professionals, and we've been working out the trauma response in the body can have its own. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that in this YouTube right now because I've still got a lot to learn about that. But that's something that definitely will be in my books, and that's also something that will definitely cover in further topics, because it's like you're being possessed, like the trauma possesses the body. But there's processes I've been learning about how to even not let the trauma take over. So, the vagus nerve and the hippopotamus, or whatever, it's a hippo. I keep on wanting to say hippopotamus, but the hippo. I can't say it right. I need the words in front of me to say them right. Sorry, but that's the fight part of the brain. Anyways, there's so much I'm learning, and I just so looking forward to collating it, writing it down, and getting it into a really good format, and doing the forums, and getting it, doing these workshops. And today was a really hard day, peoples. I was actually not shocked that I had that layer of pain come up, because I thought, I became aware of the spirals the other day. There's this article I watched that was teaching about the big spirals, and those who are really aware, and really the spirals continue, but they get smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to the crux of it. And then once you've hit the crux of it, there's doop. So sometimes we'll do a spiral, like a level of the spiral, and we think we've got the crux, and then when there's another layer, it's like, nah, damn it, no, there's still another layer. Okay, so be it, surrender. Okay, and in God's grace, and I say, God, please take this pain away, or please, in fact, I should start recording the words I use when I'm in that moment of the prayers I say to God, because they're very, very detailed prayers. Like, really, God, please take this pain away, or please, I know that you love me, and I don't want to feel this pain anymore. I need this pain out of my body. Thank you for what I need to learn. Help me learn the lessons. Help me feel. Help me learn, and help me handle this pain. Help me bear this pain to get to the actual crux of what it is I need to be learning, and let the pain not do damage to me, or let me move on more into what it is I'm really supposed to be doing in my life, blah blah blah. I had these really quite, I think they're quite profound prayers, yeah, I can't wait to start writing them down or recording them. So that's probably, I'm getting more and more brave, okay? I'm getting more and more brave with sharing with you all my journey. But I'll leave it at that because I just want to get, I've got to feed the dogs, and more of a big day. I've got a little bit to organise before it becomes late. Getting a bit bitten by mozzies. And also, I hear, I wasn't sure where they were before. They came back. Excellent. It's all fenced off, don't worry. It's all fenced off, and there's no other dogs here. That's why I thought good time to do the YouTube, get over it. So I did my daily YouTube today, everyone. Hope you're proud of me. I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it yesterday. I was actually watching this incredible, I watched this lady, one of her YouTubes, and she doesn't, she tries to post twice a day as well, and she hasn't been wanting to as well. She goes, oh, I just got to keep the momentum going. If I give up the momentum, and I thought, yeah, right. She's going through the same thing as me. And she's got like 17,000 followers. That boof you just saw on the phone was Zena hitting my hand with her nose. She's got 17,000 followers, and she's still got, struggles with doing the daily, because she knows she has to be daily, or she's promised to that she'll do, and show up daily. And so, yeah, she didn't actually want to. She felt so, she was just thought, I just really need some veg time. I'm just going to watch a movie, rah, rah. And then she just did the thing. She goes, no, I had to turn the movie off and do my, no. She goes, I love you guys, and I want to make it fair for you guys. I said I would be, and I want to be, and sent her 3 love hugs. Just clock, the Wi-Fi just clicked out. I don't know what I'm going to share, or I don't know if what I'm sharing is of value. And it's like, no. This is my YouTube channel. I said I'm going to do a daily thing. The people who get, they'll always get something from it. I've always got something of value to share. Even if I don't have a plan of what I'm going to share, it's okay. It's just trust yourself, Nadina. Just get out there and be daily like you said you were going to be. Get that consistency in place. Yeah, see my little plaster everywhere. Yeah, get your consistency in place. You've always got something of value to share. Trust your voice, because God's telling me, Nadine, your voice. You must be using your voice. You must get your message out there. You've got to get your story out there. So the more I start to really show you all, look at the hand gesture, that's me rolling my hand. The more I trust that my voice is worthy, the more I create a good habit with this YouTube channel, the more I honor that I don't have to make it perfect, that however it comes out is as it is. And that's a lesson for you all. We don't need to perfect it. Everything, we've all got a gift. We've all got a gift from God to give to the world. My gift, I've been very clearly informed, very clearly, like without a doubt, my gift is the written word and the verbal word. So mine's about alchemy, transmutation, and healing through authenticity, healing through the authentic voice. And so I'm really I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, this isn't comfortable for me doing this YouTube, but God asked, really urged me to do this about 3 months ago. So basically, well, I think it was God or angels, but really divinely guided to do this YouTube channel. And every time I sort of want to give up on it, I'm divinely guided to keep going. And it's funny because whenever I'm feeling low on morale, like today, and I go onto YouTube, I keep hearing the perfect articles or hearing the perfect talk. Someone says the perfect talk. And today there was this lady talking about those of us who can transmute dense energy to light energy. We're alchemists, and that process of alchemy is actually healing the world, and we're healing the world via the alchemy of dense energy to light energy. So low 3D vibration to 5D vibration and higher. So I'm actually healing the world through transmuting dense energy to light energy within myself, with those people that heal through knowing me, with those people that heal through learning and from me and observing from me, which is what my YouTube channel is. And then I was like, okay, that's exactly what I needed to hear. And then I heard another article that said we often go into doubt when we've got a really powerful message or a powerful gift from God, or a powerful we have a powerful purpose. If we go into low density, like if we go into overwhelm and we let doubt kick in, we block the miracles, we block the rewards. The abundance comes in by honoring our God's gifts. So by me honoring this YouTube channel and me by honoring speaking my story, this is how I can get rewarded from God, and abundance becomes my reality. And that's how I was talking to you before or yesterday about the 3D, 5D reality, and about how we create abundance. My process of creating abundance is by, I must keep honoring my God's journey. So here we go. My daily YouTube channel is about honoring my God's gift and my divine journey, which is, this is the beginning of it, and sharing with you that today was such a hard day for me. Like, it was just the most excruciating day, and then I was able to transform it into quite a peaceful, powerful day. I still feel very sort of fragile and quite shattered in my body because of how emotional my body has been throughout most of the day, but I was able to transmute dense energy to light energy really quickly, and I went really deep in my despair, my pain, and I came up relatively quickly. Like, I'm talking about 5 or so minutes, okay? And, in the past it might have been days or hours. And, I was really like, well done. And then I'd sink into it again, something else would come up, and I'd just allow it to happen, work through it. I went, wow, this is a really, there must be like a lot being, like, there must be so much healing and releasing in my body. I must be upgrading. I must be like, because a lot of the things that were causing me pain were things like missing my husband, and it's been 3 months. He's been gone for 3 months now. And it's like, when is the dude going to bother to create communication um, you know, and acknowledge that I exist, and at least enable a friendship? I mean, I already know what's going on in his life. I already know what's going on in his life. He's going through some major healing with very toxic dynamics, and he's got to heal those dynamics. He must heal it, and he must step up, and he must step into his power. So I already know, that he's doing a lot of healing, and that's it. The 5D knows it's okay. The 5D knows it's okay, and I'm just at home, the ever devoted wife, keeping the house together, moving us forward. And he's doing his journey, he's doing his healing, and he will. God has really clearly let me know that he will be back, and obviously, upon being back, it's God first, cleaving to spouse second, and as a like, I've already been shown, and I believe and know, like, everything that I've been shown. That's why when I slipped into 3D, I went, and Dina, you're just slipping into what it looks like in the 3D. He's physically not here. There physically has been no communication that's been, loving or kind or supportive or connecting. And then, the finances and the stuff with the plants and the overwhelmingness of my body health issues and all that sort of stuff. Like, so when I was thinking into that 3D stuff, I started to get really overwhelmed. But see, that's not the actual real truth. So when I was able to go pull myself out and go, Nadina, my health, like, miracles abound. Like the only reason I've still got health issues is because I'm still blocking, so, like, not soaring into my God's gift. If I was completely surrendering 100% to my journey with God and my God's gift, well, then miracles abound. Miracles abound. And once I've really released, once I've really released my fears about, money and aging and anyways, all right, that's a whole nother topic. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. So it was actually me being in 3D and having gone into places of fear and lack and limitation, and worry and ego and attachment. It was all of that that was bringing up my despair. And then when I was able to work through that and go, look, that's just a 3D way of looking at life. That's a 3D vessel. I'm way bigger than that. I'm way bigger than that. So what's life really? What's my life really? And then I was able to pull myself out and transmute that energy and get myself back into the truth, which is that I'm a child of God, and on a vibrational level, I can't ever be without. Like, there's always an abundance of everything that's required and needed, because the abundant, infinite source of all is available, all is possible. And it's about going to that place of complete faith and trust and surrender. So anyways, I wish I could have shown you the depth and how quickly I pulled through, and I will in the future if it happens again. Or maybe I'll just draw it, or I'll work out a way to show it in the future. I mean, I would hope that I don't go to those depths of despair like I did today ever again, but I'm pretty sure I will at least once more. So what I'd like to do is prepare for next time to video it for you guys, just to show you how deep it goes. And it's through going that deep into the depth, the absolute depths of the density of the intensity of the grief, and pulling it up and cradling it and snuggling it and lifting it up and bringing it to the truth. It's as simple as that. Bringing and transmuting it, alchemizing it, and bringing it all together and making this powerful elixir. But I'm going to leave it at that. Time for us to go home, and lots of love. I hope you've got something from this YouTube. Yep, like, share, subscribe, comment. Give my YouTube energy, help it grow. Thank you so much. Lots of love. 369 Thrive Tribe, and God's blessings. Okay, sweet dreams.